It's a grant which I got from Think City and PNB Merdeka Ventures. PNB Merdeka Ventures are the company that's managing the Merdeka 118, right? So the grant is to do a book of basically it's Grace and I we're shooting the areas surrounding the tower, the Merdeka 118. So we're talking about Stadium Street, Kampung Atta, Pudu, and Bukit Bintang. So the deliverables of this grant is actually a book, a photo book, which supposed to have been in August but got delay. Now hopefully October. Number 2 is an exhibition, and number 3 is to do a couple of workshops with a couple of schools. So this workshop we have done. This is the exhibition, and why the exhibition is done here in this place is because this was requested by PNB Merdeka Ventures, because last weekend they had a 3-day Merdeka event. So they say it'll be quite nice for this to be coincide with that. So that's the reason we're having it here. And then after that they said, can we extend it until Malaysia Day? Because Malaysia Day lah. And then on the 14th, next Saturday, 14th of September, there's huge events happening. Actually, a lot of events happening in KL. The big one is actually called Festas at the Kampung Atap, at Zongshan building, and because this is quite nearby, just across the road. And so they say instead of apart from that, in Stadium Merdeka they will also have some activities lah. They said it will be nice to maintain these photos to be here lah. For that. That's the reason. Okay. We hope when the book is ready in October, that we want to do another exhibition, probably a bigger one, with a nicer space. So tentatively we're thinking of GMBB, but it could be other things. To be still the plan lah. Yeah. So that's the story. Okay. So just quickly go through some of the pictures. So you see some of the pictures. There are 26 photos here, 13 by Grace, 13 by myself. In the book there'll be more than 100 images. So the idea is to document the areas surrounding KL. It's called Under the Shadows of Merdeka. There are 2 meanings to this title. One is because we're trying to show KL today since its progress and developed since Merdeka, 1957. You can see there are changes, there are good and bad things. The title is, I will tell you when you come to that side there. So, example, Petaling Street, you guys familiar with this area. But what I'm trying to capture in this particular photo is there's a few things. The blurriness, I use a slow shutter on my camera to purposely make people blur, to show the busyness of Petaling Street. And the thing is, this is captured at noon. So usually Petaling Street, if you all know, usually it's happening in evenings and at night. There's a lot of people, but now even afternoon also, there's a lot of people already. Number 1. Number 2, what Petaling Street is famous for? They are branded goods, right? And it's still there, it's still selling after all these years, supposed to be illegal, blah 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 blah. It's still selling, which is what makes Petaling Street famous. Number 3 is just want to show tourists or foreigners coming to our country. And this is the 4th one is to show now there are foreign workers manning the shops and the booths, whereas it wasn't before. This is a progression of how KL has changed, right? Last time we were all locals, right? So now, so whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I have somebody who's telling me there's some negativity about this as well. How these foreigners are becoming a bit
conquer our market.
Yes, and they're also becoming a bit arrogant and more, controlling the area, and that's a bit of a worry, to some extent.
Okay, this photo I capture, I think anyone knows. For those don't actually know. No, sorry. For those who who shoot together with me. So actually this one captured in the Kudu Raya. You know, photography always look for light and shadow. You know, like used to be a very heavy traffic, but now left just some of the so-called solo store owner operating some small business. I was waiting. You know, I captured this because of I captured the light and shadow, and then with the woman together with the customer, and showing that a small Tamil business like in Dubai.
Truck opposite the 4 Points Hotel. Down just down the road.
Just down there, we saw the one.
Somebody earlier, in fact, 2 people have asked me. One was a few days last weekend. Just now, somebody came and asked me, was this a posed picture? They actually get these people to sit there, and I said, it's not. Huh? We street photographers, we don't pose, we don't stage things. That's a no-no for us. So I took a few shots. Okay, the reason I include this in the book and the exhibition is to show entrepreneurship amongst young Malaysians, how doing their own businesses. This is, I think, is a positive thing when we think about KL. There were a few shots I took at this moment. These from what I could gather, these people and these are 2 separate groups, the girls and the boys. There was one particular shot I had, which I was tempted to use, was when I think 4 of them or 5 of them was actually looking this way. There was something happening here, like a car or something. But it looked as if they were looking at the girls. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like this is interesting. Then I thought about it, macam gatal. I'm scared there's a misinterpretation. So I chose this one. But what I like is they're kind of looking up at him. They're like, where's our food? That's what I kind of captured that. You all know, right?
Anyone don't know? Yeah. Anyone don't know?
That's the girl dekat Kuah Cahong.
I tak tahu.
You pernah tangkap gambar dekat situ.
Ya, I did.
Nanti abang bagi bukti.
Okay. Pernah pergi kan?
Kuah Cahong.
Kuah Cahong. Lorong panggung.
Yang belakang exhibition tu pun kat bawah tu pun ada.
Kau black and white kan? I tak
See, kena colour.
I got for you, So, so you all know this. So what what I liked about this was the angle. Usually when you come here, you stand here to take the front of the statue. Banyak orang ambil gambar macam tu. I also take a lot of that, front. People can sit with her and take picture with her. But one day I discovered this angle which can see people coming in and out. And I took some shots, malam actually, night shots. I took a lot of that, but I also blurred out the people. Just want to show the happening of this place. But one day, a few weeks later, I was somewhere around the area and I was already tired and was going to go back. It was late. It was like 4 p.m, 5 p.m. I have been out all day lah. Normal lah kita pagi lah. So bila I keluar daripada sini, the sun. You guys know photographers, when you see the sun, you go crazy. Right? It was beautiful light shining. So I did it. Basically, I'm standing here in the sun. The sun is behind me, but just waiting for that moment. Because there was a sunlight masuk sini tau. So this is gorgeous light. So I tunggu lah sepet lah. I took quite a few shots dengan panas-panas. In the end, I was happy, so I went back. But just to capture a different angle, and there's a play of light and shadows. So this one, as some of you may or may not know, is the old Pasar Karat. Okay, the old Pasar Karat is no longer there. The Pasar Karat has moved. So for me, this is an example of what this project is about. It's documenting these places because they may or may not be there anymore. And this whole project is a 1-year project. So all these photos were taken from August, September last year. All right. And this is an example where this place no longer exists. It has moved, right? Just want to show this important document of Pasar Karat, and then to show because it's light shining on this guy. But as some of you, maybe all of you know, this original name for this Pasar Karat is Thieves Market. So that tells you what kind of goods are being sold here. So what I'm trying to capture here is actually why you cannot see these people in the shadows. I like it because maybe 5 years ago, if you were to go there to take pictures, the people here will not like it because of what they're selling. So kalau you dah ambil gambar, tak boleh. Anyway, I think they're so used to so many photographers now, street photographers have really grown that they're used to it anymore. No problem. So that's why I like that. That's why I like that you cannot see their faces because they want to be hidden.
Just like we went also Pasar Karat, the new one, new area. They say 3 ringgit watch, 3 ringgit one photo.
Dia kata?
Yeah,
Joking or real?
Joking lah.
Oh.
3 ringgit, 3 ringgit.
They now get used to it.
They used to it. That's why just reflecting
I
the
know.
last time
So
and
that's
now
okay now.
comparing the last time.
Because
and now they used to
they
it.
know the photographers, all the young photographers, dia dah kenal lah.
Yeah,
Dia dah
yeah.
kenal lah.
And then they will say, 3 ringgit each man. Dan
Kakak
ini
Ah.
dia berapa? Okay, this one, as like Azul said, your photographer, we are very sensitive about the light and shadow, right? So actually I saw this one. I saw the smoke and then I saw the ring light of the people cooking, But you see, this one to me is like very authentic. It's like a life and business together. So when I saw the frame, then I was waiting for someone to go to fill the frame here. So this one captured in the Lopyu flat, which is the oldest flat in Malaysia, first flat in Malaysia, which is 1957, same year with Merdeka. So this is the first one, but until now there's still a lot of people staying there. So you can look at this photo. We have a Chinese, a Malay, Muslim. They stay Muhibah from Merdeka time, 57 until now. This is reflecting the real Malaysia instead of politicians cakap Muhibah Malaysia. But but this is a real life. This is how they live day in day living condition, as shown in this picture. So come again.
Where's Loyu flat?
Loyu flat is
Kenanga Mall.
Kenanga, yeah.
Yeah, just here.
Opposite the Dewan Bahasa Pustaka.
Just here. 200
Yeah,
meters.
just
200 meters.
yeah, betul.
Correct.
Jalan kaki can reach already.
Ah,
But nobody, not many people are aware this is the first flat in Malaysia. In fact, this is the one. Before that, I wouldn't know because the people who told me this is the first one, the first flat in Malaysia. So this one, this also captured a Lopyu flat. You know, photographer, Haris, you see, light, shadow, light. But the thing attracted me the most is here. Can you see that? Nampak tak? Budak. Nampak tak?
Ada budak.
It's a budak. To me, it's like, then I was waiting, there's actually along the way there are some men working out, but there's a too fat and then I don't like, it's a low character. It's too normal, but I want budak. So you see when the budak running out, I was capture another one, which is they are coming down playing. But to me, I want them to growing up because also reflecting, this is since Merdeka time from 1957, the children, no matter how bad their living condition or no matter how many years to children, they also have a bright future because they are going to bright. This is one of the symbolic of this photo. Children is going to the bright area, bright condition. Right? Maybe later I will show you another one. Then you have a comparison. Actually, photographer always look for line, shadow. But why I choose this photo because of Pudu Joo used to be 140 years old. Heritage, iconic building in KL lah. But it's quite sad that it's already demolished. But anyhow, they still remain that arch. So for this photo, you can see the old one, 140 years old, 140 few years old, and then with the new one, which is Merdeka 1. That's a comparison that the new one and the old one stand together. They together in the same area.
What is that old one again?
Actually, it's the Pudu Joo, the arch.
The entrance.
The entrance.
Still there.
Still there, they still
Yeah,
ready.
they deserve it.
Oh, I must go and look again.
So now you can see of the reflection of the old one and the new one together. Which means it's in conjunction of a development, but luckily they still preserve some old iconic building.
So I know of this place or this event through my daughter, her sister, not this one, younger sister. Younger sister was she told me she had her friend was playing in a band, and so this particular event there were I think about 3 or 4 bands playing, and I wanted to capture an image of a gig, of a concert in the heart of KL for this project. I said I must show this, how the young people, what they're doing, to show, because this is, unless you know this, you will never see this, or you never experience this, right? So I went, this place is called Mautau. It's at somewhere Lorong Panggung. Also I call it an underground place because it's underground, not it's underground lah, underground because when you go to the door, you tak ada nama tau. So I went there, I cari Waze pun confused. I was really walking around, I couldn't pinpoint the actual place, In the end, I was just walking in the front of the shop lots, and I dengar music. So the door is just empty. There's no name. The music. So I buka aja semua now. I think I was the third floor, second or third floor, and I came to this place. It's not a big place, not a place. So they had a little stage. There are people. I took lots of shots, and I chose this particular one because for me this is the one that captures the energy. So you got, because dia tengah menjerit, right? Dia tengah menjerit. Actually, this girl was actually the lead singer of this band. But this particular part, this song this guy was singing. But of course, this part lah, right?
The
To show
dancing,
the energy of the night that was happening. They were a punk band. They were extremely noisy. Not my scene. I regretted not bringing earphones. Seriously, after that, my ear like,
There's a
satu minggu ni.
age generation.
Anyway, so yeah, just to show that this is happening. I mean, you have this in KL, in the heart of KL.
You know, this photo I was captured, I think, in last year, earlier this year. You see, as a street photographer, a lot of people ask, actually, you capture so many photos for what? Street, for what? Actually, don't forget, today we capture, tomorrow it could be history. Just like what I capture here, now become history because the area has been like demolished, the government want to demolish. So all these uncles that have been selling, operating their so-called traditional wet stuff business in this area since teenage until now. So you can see why I choose this photo because I captured some of the quite a number of photos in this area. But why I choose this one because of the this is a very unique, the big quality. So you can see this is whatever inside here there's a no longer exists. So this one could be a history. This is already become a history. Already a history. So that's why as a street photographer we have the social responsibility. Don't forget we have the social responsibility. What we do is like we're collecting piece of the city development images. So when you put it together, it will become a very strong impact. How it shows the progress of the city. Like in KL last time, maybe 10 years later, I shouldn't say, not. Then they will say, last time it's like that. You see, all these uncle they say, after refurbished, because I understand they're going to build a few story of a car park with a building, which is a concrete structure. So they say after renovated, they are very old already. No one want to take over the business. So all these are traditional stuff. It could be like a history, no longer in market in this KL city. This is show how old generation how they do. That day there's one visitor, the auntie. She said, last time when her neighbor go to work or back from work, they will come in here to buy fruits and then give it to the neighbors. So as you saw these photos, you say, this is bring back a lot of old memory to her. So you see, so as a street photographer, what we show is capture the scene set to show to people that not photographer, which they not usually see. So that's why I told Azul, actually we're doing this project actually quite positive. We have received a lot of positive reaction and response from a lot of people. Very positive. Very positive. They say this is all positive energy and then give them a lot of collective memory. Because this is all the last time they used to be, they are, how to say, pengalaman kehidupan. Correct? But us still okay. Okay, this auntie, tahu berapa umur dah?
93.
92!
Wow.
92 years old. So she's in this new flat since very, very young. So she witnessed all the development in KL. So she can tell you, sini dulu apa, sini dulu apa. Why she still, actually her family and the daughter, children, they can support her, but she just wanted still come up because she want to, be active. This is to show, as elderly, they're still contributing they are part of the development of this country. You see, she's still selling traditional stuff in traditional junk food. I think for those the certain age group, they will know already this what are the stuff, what are the junk food they have. They still have the tin, tin biscuit.
To your best.
Your best. Then that's why the age group they will know. So this one also the same. They say, this is the age. A certain of a generation they will know because pengalaman. This one also the same. So bila pergi sana, you still can see a lot of tin. Dulu kita beli dekat berapa nak beli kira
Timbang.
buku kan. Not like here one pack. Now young generations will one pack. You see now they still can, you know, she still preserved the old traditional way of doing that trade of business. And then that day, the first day of the exhibition, which is Friday, actually her daughter want to bring her here to see. She was so happy, you know. Early morning she wake up and then she go and pump her hair, you know, wash her hair, set her hair, make up. Then wanted to come, but suddenly one of their family member admitted hospital ICU, so couldn't make it. And then because along the way, these few days, the daughter not sure whether they managed to come or not, so never informed her. On Sunday, her daughter quietly bring her here, want to give her a surprise. So when she come in, she said, "You should tell me early so I can, you know, make out at least put lipstick." 92 years auntie, they still, you know, she's so happy.
So she came to gambar lah.
Yeah.
So happy.
That's
So happy.
Yes, sir lah. So anyway, I think you all know you've been here taking pictures. But what for me was interesting about this particular image, I was also the intention of, I went there quite a few times ambil gambar. But I tried to ambil gambar yang mungkin lain sikit lah from the normal kan. Usually you take from down here kan. So I explore naik atas right to the top. And what I like about this particular scene was that in this picture, you will see people in almost every corner. Ada orang, semua ada orang sini, ada orang sini. And so which is not often the case. Sometimes you go there, maybe you find a group here, maybe one or two here. But here's like the whole scene is filled with people just to show the busyness of the business, but it's not really business, business of the place. But also to show this, you know, this modern, cantik kind of book layout thing, also something which is new and current in KL. Again, bandingkan dengan this old business. So it's all about comparison, all about new and old.
Yes.
And also, I mean, for me, it's not just kita appreciate the old. No, we also appreciate the new. Kind of. So this is the progress of KL lah.
Some people tahu mana kan? This one actually is a MRT station.
Pasar Seni
Pasar Seni MRT. They used to be have some. This is the art installation, and then this is all glass. And then I find this composition very interesting because you can see a lot of different people. So I was hoping I can capture all different people in these 5 mirrors, but I couldn't. This one cannot, but this one I can. So eventually there's one tourist, he's looked up on himself, and then to me it's like I choose this photo because of reflecting KL is a tourist-friendly city. So at the same time, also looking at the Merdeka Tower, so it's showing Malaysia is like quite a developing country. It's not those like ulu one.
This one is actually where the masjid is. So it's just outside the masjid. I think the first time I went to semayang at the masjid, it was a Friday prayer lah. So then I dekat luar, there was the masjid baru buka, and so I saw this because people was clean. But you can see the diamond shape, right? Actually, it's a reflection lah. This part here is a reflection of this. Yeah. So, but it's just to show the scale of this whole thing. Orang they're cleaning the glass. The other day, during last weekend, the CEO and also the chairman of PNB came, and they were quite. I think the chairman kind of like this. Oh, they're building, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, all these mirror tak ada lagi. So that's why tak ada lagi. That's why I say whatever we capture today, tomorrow come history. I think this time we went. That day, just now we passed through this area. Then we are talking about the light. You know the light. So actually there's one friend, I don't know whether anyone knows Patrick lah. She was asking, actually the light is coming from here, you know. How come here? You know that the man is in light, but actually he's really in the light. I captured this photo because of light. By the way, this temple is at the Jalan Tun HS Lee, which is 160 plus years old already. It's still here. It's one of the iconic building and iconic cultural building in the town. So I find this temple has to be included in this project because it's one and part of the history and which is witness the progress and the development of this KL city. So, and eventually choose this photo because of the light of the man, showing that I was so many years now, from 160 years until now, people still practicing the ritual and then the religion, the faith. So give them a peace of mind, you know. So reflecting that stability, harmony, and in this KL. So the light actually, who asked me whether I highlight that? I said no, this is a natural light. Where's the light come from? I'm still wondering where's the light come from.
Behind Lala Port is here. It's behind Lala Port, and the Kenanga Mall is on this side.
The Spider-Man eyes.
So it's actually an overhead bridge. Overhead bridge
conversation.
crossing the LRT track. So I remember I was exploring the areas behind Lala Port for this project also, just trying to see anything interesting. So when I crossed this bridge, so I saw this scene. So this, let me just show you guys this
The comparison, the scale.
you see this, the lubang of this, the grill is so small. Okay, it's so small, right? Minute, kecil je lubang. So basically, it was trying to position the camera in such a way that I can manage to capture this lah. So I went there the first time. I took a few shots, but it was a hazy day, so the cloud was just grey, flat. So bila I balik rumah, I tengok I was not so happy, so I need to come back. So maybe a few days later, I came back, and again that was a good day. That was sunny, and you can see the clouds. So that's what I wanted that sunny day. So it's just trying to position, trying to get the tower, trying to get the train. But for me, the other thing as well is actually this corner here. You see the old buildings go flat, and you see now the tall. This is KL today. So you see the progression of KL. Daripada dulu rendah, bangunan rendah. Now it's all skyscrapers.
So they claim that this is the oldest barber shop in KL. That's one opposite the Central Market. Opposite Central Market. So from this photo, someone asked me that day, there's one photographer, he asked me, hey, how come I shoot this way? He never think about. So, okay, let's say we talk about some composition, basic composition. So maybe if I shoot like that, it's a storytelling already, right? Because there's a man here. But when I saw this frame, actually what attracted me is because of the silo, add another layer of this. And then you see from this picture, they have a lot of so-called poster, where last time the people they enter the shop, they will point this one, I want this hairstyle.
Last time.
I want this, I want this, or I want this. But inside here you can see that the chonto, the gambar, at the same time you can see the time, you see. Then, so telling you that the story when it was captured, what time it captured, and then at the same time you can look at this frame, there's another calendar here, which is a traditional calendar, you can like, take out, then it's telling you that below this one, what's the date time. And then you can see style here. So you can see the people here. And then you can see the traditional, which is a very authentic drawer, wooden drawer. So where now the new barber, they don't practice it, they don't have all these things. So you see, if I capture this like that, it's like a very boring story. Yeah, it's so good, it's well composed. But if I add in more, you can see add in more with this or this frame as a frame. Then add in another stylo here. It becomes 3 layer by layer. It gives you more storytelling element. This is a photographer, they will know more storytelling elements like 1, 2, 3 few layers. So make this shot more interesting. So people intend to look, hey, upper ini, what is that? So the frame, the subject, and then that layering. Winnie Houston song. I believe the children of our future. You know, you see, you look at her, how's her expression. She's like very, very depending, very trust, I love, full with trust and full with emotion, hope, everything. So to her, all this hope, trust, and then love, all this is a language of photography projected on her face. So you see, we have a line here, then we have a line here. So even though I don't show who is the one, but we know this is an adult. So this could be the whoever taking care of her, that could be reflect the country also, the future, the society. So she putting her hope as a children, they definitely rely on the people, the adult, who can give them a safe and a healthy environment for them to grow up. So it's like putting all her hope and soul, looking forward. Normally we will see a lot of grab food for those young ones. Grab food they hantar dekat guna grab kan. This is one of the oldest grocery shop in Petaling Street. Now also no longer because all this area refurbished, so you won't see this kind of trade anymore. You see, you can see how he sent gas, telur, since years, think 100 over years, they still practicing this traditional way of commerce activity. You can see that structure, the architecture, the building, the window. Chinese normally they like all this, we call it 对联, which is both sides at the door. Then they write something good, which means it's like it's a blessing, it's good luck, bring the good fortune into their family. And when step up, bless you, safe and healthy. So and then all the fortune will come into their house. This is like Chinese practice. So that they still practice the same way. And then this signage is telling where they come from. All these Chinese foods. They will indicate like Hokkien or Cantonese or whatever. Actually, they have. When you look at the name of the place, you will know last time they origin from where. So it shows this is so authentic, and so many years history already. But now today become history. You no longer find this place anymore. That's why very sad.
Chinese word say
平安富贵 is like safetyness, and then 富贵 is a fortune. Normally Chinese they are either help, safe, and fortune. Money. But you see, it's so authentic. It's like day and day life. There's one curator, Jafar. He told me, he said, Grace, arts are not supposed to be high up. Arts sometimes should be capturing day and day activity, which can connect with people, which is reflecting how we daily activity and how we live the actual lifestyle. Easy to access with. All of us, like we look at this, we know already. Then it connect to our life. It's not like very high up, which we see that we have no connection, no emotion interaction.
Just want to continue a bit. The other day, so now this kedai sudah tutup, right? This whole area got bumbung also open up. It's being upgraded this lane. It's the same lane as the market. So I spoke. There was a Think City people that was here last weekend, and this is their project. So it's Think City is upgrading this area, and of course, when we talk about this, the oldest kedai runcit in Petaling Street, business sudah tutup. I was like concerned. Is it because of the upgrading that this business has closed? When I asked them, they said no. They said this uncle has already closed. The business sudah tutup before they begin the upgrading. And the upgrading they're doing is actually cleaning up the area because there's a lot of tikus. It's not hygienic, especially if it goes to the market area, you see. There's a rationale behind that. And Think City, they themselves also recognize that people actually look negatively on them as trying to destroy all these traditional thing like that. But they're trying to.
But they closed already.
Sudah. He said the uncle sudah closed. They actually tried to approach a few times. There was no.
That's why the day Tan Sri's PNB of Merdeka venture, Tan Sri come. He said he wanted to go to visit this place. But too bad he started lagi. Then he told his friend, told another doctor, said, I want to go but we are too late.
Do you know what they're going to do over there?
It's an
I
upgrade.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But I heard the store owner, they told me they want to build building with car park.
Okay, the car park ones
Will be the Pasar Karat area, I think.
Okay, the Pasar Karat, there's a parking lot. Beside it, the expensive parking, the corner lot. That one I was told is going to be a multi-story car park. Somebody said that. This is Hang Tuah Flats, which is nearby the Lok Yu Flats, right? So also one of the oldest flats in KL, built in the 1960s, I believe. So before Grace and I and Joseph, we went inside here, took a lot of pictures actually. Personally for me, before I walked in, I was expecting something very dingy, very dirty, but it wasn't. It's quite well kept lah. I think they cleaned it up and everything. So we took lots of shots and stuff. And then, so this particular picture I've selected, it just shows this woman actually, she's just going back into her apartment, just coming home. She's about to unlock the door. But this kind of shadowy figure is a representation of what I believe this place is going to be in the future, because Grace met with one uncle who was living there, and uncle said to Grace that he believes this place in 5 years' time, no more, going to be demolished, because this is right nearby to Lala Port, so it's prime land, right? So so that's why to me this image captures that people are becoming ghosts of the past now. That's why it's shadowy kind of thing. KL is now the lifestyle of the young now, happening, going out, having a good time, because Lorong Panggung at night is very happening, a lot of kedai-kedai minum, everything is around that area. It's just to capture that. My focus is actually in this picture. Of course I wanted to shoot the reflection, but my camera is actually focused right somewhere in the middle here. So these people are purposely slightly out of focus, but I'm not focusing on them. I don't care about them. I just want to capture the vibe, the feel of what's happening in terms of lifestyle.
I'm not sure anyone likes street food. Just now, a few of us were talking about street food. If we go crazy, this photo is captured. I purposely captured this photo at night because I want to show how people enjoy their street food. In Malaysia, street food we can eat at roadside, and then the car passing by. I'm using the slow shutter just to avoid the eyes distraction orders. The car to me are moving people, and the car to me is very disruptive. So I just want to bring up that I want to capture this one only. You see, at the very narrow of path, walking path, people still can eat like that. For food lover, when they enjoy street food, they don't care, they don't see all these stars. Tak nampak means tak ada.
Bau busuk pun tak bau.
Lagi sedap. Lagi sedap.
Lagi sedap. So this is to show a nightlife, another way of nightlife in KL. It's different, totally different from daytime. So actually at night you can cover a lot of things that not so-called not beauty. And then you can capturing light, shadow. That ones I don't mention more. Actually the most important is I just want to show this is another way of actual lifestyle in KL. Anyone can tell me how you feel when you look at this photo? How you feel, this one?
Very sad lah. Just to be vibrant. This is the old Pudu Raya.
Yeah, you know already.
Yeah.
So actually this is a Pudu Raya bus station. When I was young in university time, I always went to this bus stop to take bus, go back home. So it used to be a station which is like from north, south, east, west. This is a hub. It's the most busiest, the most heavy traffic in city. But because of the refurbished or whatever, that day I went down, it's so quiet, Then I suddenly saw this man walking toward the direction. You can see the pillar, the numbering. Nampak tak the numbering? So I was chasing behind him. Run, chase behind him. Capture from this way because like a pillar. So actually there are some symbolic message in this photo. To me, he's like walking toward the history, toward the end. From numbering, you will know already. Towards from big number become end number. And then also because the way he walking, it's like so sad, so lonely, and so dark mood. It's telling people, telling the audience, telling me he's like walking into his history. He's going to light off, as well as this photo, as well as this building. This building used to be so heavy and so traffic. Busy traffic, but now becomes so quiet, and then he also now becomes so quiet. This is his life and the building life is going to light off. So you compare this photo with just now the children photo, you can see a comparison, right? The children is running up to see the bride, whereas the old man is going to the history, going to light off, going to dia lampu akan meletup. In this flat, there's still a lot of old folks staying there. And then why they still say that although their facility that bagus lah, and then sometimes when you walk, people will tell you watch out from top because sometimes people will throw things, it will hit you. But why still people like to stay there? Because a lot of old folks they have been staying there for many years. Firstly, because of it's can afford. The rental is about 96 ringgit per month from government. 96 is from government. But why? Firstly, because of affordable. Secondly, because of companion. You know how they did? Morning is the bus. Mungkin they come down for breakfast. After that, chit. Then after that, go back and sleep. Then 3-4 o'clock, come down again, continue chit. You know. So for that, it's easy to pass time. And sometimes they quarrel. I was there, people quarreling, you know, because there's so many neighborhood already. It's out so many years. And then they claim that they say why government need to find a place to build an old folk home? Why not refurbish this old flat? Even though it's 1957, but the structure, everything is still good. They need to need to do some upgrading work, so it can become an old folks home. So downstairs here you can like add in some clinic, dental or Dolby or whatever. So become a center hub. It's a hub of the city. Then you don't need to refurbish. No need to dismantle. You just refurbish only. So you can provide so many units. You can provide a lot of old folks home instead of spending money to build old new one and then dismantle the old one, while the structure still be good. So I think this is one of the urge that they requires that. I think to me they say any authority they can apply. I say I will check see whether they can convey the message instead of.
I think this is under the BKO jurisdiction.
This under the government. This under government. The rental is paid to government.
Okay, last in honor of Dr. Haris who likes colour pictures. Without this colour pictures, he would not have come today.
Under protest.
Anyway, so I mentioned earlier at the beginning that one of the deliverables of the grant was to do a workshop in a couple of schools. So these two schools, Confucian and Stadium Merdeka, are just within the vicinity of this place. So Grace and I, we went there, we did a half-a-day workshop, did a talk very briefly about photography, and then we took them out walking in the streets. So these are some of their photos, some of the selected images that we have. What you see, these two colored pictures, when we print the book and finish the book, this is what we're going to be a double-sided poster. So this picture is going to be behind, and we're going to fold this poster and insert it into the book. So to show this is part of the project. So the final picture here, another explanation of the title of this project under the Shadows of Merdeka. So we have now the Merdeka 118, right? This is the shadow of the Merdeka. And the shadow that is covering, the areas that is covering, is what we are capturing in this project, right? So this picture is actually, you can see Petaling Street here. This is the Bumbung, Petaling Street, the Bumbung, the green one there. This is the 4 Points Hotel. And Kuantai Home is somewhere inside here. So this is the morning sun. So the sun shining on the back there, on this Petaling Street area, and the evening, late afternoon sun, the shadow will be on the other side, the Pudu side, right? That's the idea of how I came up with this title, the Shadows of Merdeka. Someone who worked in this building, actually I was fortunate because of this project, I requested can I go up and shoot, so they took me up. So this is taken from 116th floor. But let me just show you quickly about. When I requested this thing, I thought they're gonna take me up to somewhere inside, and maybe just the 90th floor and fine, But what they did was they took me up right to the top. So this is the top level, which is just a boring cement floor. This is 118. This is the rooftop. So above the rooftop, you see these structures, this benda ni kan. So what is above the rooftop is kena pakai semua ni. solar panels.
Ah,
So you have solar panels above that
Kita
floor.
sama TV tu ya.
So the whole thing is solar panels right at the top there. And but you cannot go to the edge lah. Kalau solar panel kat sini kan, from here to the edge of the building is a big gap. You tak boleh. You cannot go intan. Mampus. Right. So this is I'm going to talk about the spire. This guy from Pink City. Just to show you dia punya right at the bottom of the spire, that's what it looks like. So all the whole solar panels is only used to service the hotel. So the hotel is going to be from level I think 93 ke 94 upwards to 100 something. The hotel, the Park Hyatt Hotel. This spire itself, bila siap, when it's open to the public, you can actually go up to pay lah. Itu buat you kena naik tangga lah. It's the height of the spire is 40 stories high. It's the as tall as the PNB building currently down here. Because it's PNB kan. So imagine you walking up, let's say 20 stories by tangga lah. Somewhere up the middle there ada lubang boleh hintai. That's for ini lah. Let me show you another thing. So this is basically the level down there lah. So kat atas tu, so it looks like it's under construction but it's finished already. So you see all the solar panels are on top there. And the bawah, so it's kind of boring. There's a floor lah, nothing ni lah. I'm on the roof. Proof that I'm on the roof. And then I will show you this picture here. Okay. So this is on level 116. They have what we call an observation deck. Again, when it's open to public, you see this blue plastic kan? You're going to open it, it's just see-through glass. So you can go outside, you see there are no railings. There's no railing. Boleh ada tali, ikan, jalan.
Okay, next
No
week.
way. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you very much.
Confirm.
So for the thrill seekers, yes, you can do that. Berani? Anda berani? So this one, Lala pot, is just a reflection of the Lala pot, and you can see the escalator, right? So the lights of the escalator, and you can see this figure here, and of course you can see the reflection of the buildings. Kamu sini, mari kamu jangan takut. Nampak? You can see the reflection of the building, the condo, whatever here. So basically, to me, like this whole abstract image is like just talking about modern KL or what KL is today. Because you got the lights and the sector. So I'm walking there, you got all these buildings, these concrete skyscrapers, you know. But for me, what I like or what I find important is actually this pokok here, right? You see the pokok kan? So recently, a friend came from overseas. He was when we were driving around KL, he was so surprised. We take it for granted, but he was saying, "Wow, Kuala Lumpur has so many trees." You know, because we don't think of it, we take it for granted. But that actually is a good reminder lah that we actually quite good in terms of our city. Ada banyak pokok-pokok. Masih ada banyak pokok-pokok lagi. Because other cities lah, they don't have this. This is Sam Mansion, which is in Kampung Atap, opposite Zongshan building. So it's just capturing about our dwellings lah, the dwellings, common dwellings of people of KL, whether it's apartment ke condo ke whatever kind of thing. Just kind of show the night scene. Actually, when I took this shot, I took a couple of shots. Balik rumah, when I looked at this picture, I was thinking, I wish there were like more people, in this thing. So I was thinking to myself, let me just go back another night and shoot again. But I never got to do that. But I still use this because I find that I got a lot of people who kind of connected with this. Ada juga orang, which is great. It makes it even more lonely kan. Ada orang sini, mungkin ada baju je. So it's kind of thing that some people can feel a connection with this kind of. So the last image, it's a farewell. So this guy is like the perspective is leaving. So for me, the Hang Tuah Flats is here. This is the Al-Bukhari Masjid here. And just above down the road is where Lala Port is like. So as you can see, this big flyover, right? So we're pointing down this way. So for me, it's kind of, you see this old man, this old uncle walking, right? So it's kind of saying, and the way he's walking is kind of like hunched, so kind of sad, kind of body language. It's maybe again the interpretation is up to you, but for me the interpretation would be something like this modern structure which is making life a lot easier. You know, you get all this flyover, but they macam it's like kind of like a burden to the people or to the old people, the older generation punya thing. That we're talking about how some people have businesses have suffered or whatever kind of thing. So I feel that, but I don't criticize or condemn progression because it helps. I mean, I love the flyovers because for me, because I drive. So from where my house, because I got new highways lah, whatever, it does help in cutting out travel time lah. But I think for me personally, as someone who I'm born in KL, how I've seen KL has changed all these years is that it's not, sometimes some of these things are not well planned, not well thought out. Sometimes they nak build, you know, macam thing that alamak.
As usual.
Yeah, and one common thing is malls. We have so many malls and keep building some more malls and banyak of these malls, macam Lalaport also. You go upstairs, still a lot of empty lots. It's not filled. You know, that's why Lalaport, you can go free parking. They want to encourage you to come and park. First 3 hours free. After that, you spend RM1 free all day. Because they don't encourage you to come. So I find that to be very frustrating. Mall, they still want to build some more malls, and a lot of the malls are empty. Can there you go. But you know, this is KL. So there are a lot of good things, a lot of also not so great
Actually,
things.
what we do is like we capture the real moment, the real landscape, the real people, the real building, the real lifestyle of this city. So it depends on individual interpretation, how you interpret the thing. You know, like just now what we explain is how we feel and how we interpret. But probably to different people, they have a different type of interpretation. A lot of people, they look at Starrich, they feel like very happy because it feel like, ooh, it's get back the old memory. Last time I want this hairstyle, I want that hairstyle. And then some people, they look at those the auntie, look at the 60 cents. They say, oh, last time they bought only 10 cents or 5 cents, but now become 60 cents. And then the stand is still like, you know, the 6 cents. The one is like very unique. So, as I said, it's a collective memory of all of us in this city. Especially when they grow up, and then from young until age, they can see the project. And then a lot of people, they tell us that they appreciate what we're doing because this photo give them a memory, and they recall a lot of so-called good and little history of their life, in their lifestyle. So that's why I said different people, different interpretation now. So hope you enjoyed the
Thank you.